Hey Stampers, it's Brandy here with BrandysCards. I am so excited. This is video number 4 of our Enamel Effects video series. This has been so much fun, and I've loved seeing all of your comments, your messages, and of course the emails of the pictures of the cards you've been creating. Y'all are super talented, and it is so fun to see all of your cards and what you're creating and how you're using the enamel effects. So thank you for sharing those with me. It has been so much fun. So we have, I've showed you several different ways to use the enamel effects, and it comes in two different packages. We've got the pearlized, which are white, red, and black. And then we have another package with Stampin' Up, and those are our metallics. So you can get gold, copper, and silver. So just a really amazing lacquer product that you can make some really super fun backgrounds and of course add a little bit of texture and a little bit of pizzazz to your cards. So without further ado, I'm going to get started and I'm going to show you the cards that we're going to make today. You are going to love them. And let me tell you, when I started working on this set of cards, I actually had a completely different idea. And then it just was like, oh my gosh, I could do this instead. So it kind of took a different route. And I'm thrilled to show you exactly what I did. And of course, if you like my enamel video series and you're enjoying my video today, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. Click the thumbs up button, the like button, and be sure to subscribe because I have a lot of fun things coming up. That's right. All right. So here we go. Let me show you. We are going to start with these two colors today. So we're going to use the copper and we're also going to use the silver. Now, before we get started, I want to show you our progression, the progression that we've had with our enamel effects. Because if you're new to BrandysCards, you might be thinking, okay, this is super cool, but I don't even know what enamel effects are. So if that's the case, I'm going to show you the different cards that we've made and the different techniques that we've used. And then of course, be sure to go back to my playlist and have a look at videos 1 through 3, okay? So the very first video that we did was this one, and this one was so much fun. This one was doing the enamel effects, as you know, a lot of people are using them for these fun pearls and making this border and kind of, you know, adding texture that way. Super fun. And then on this one, I drew this fun background and this pattern back here, and of course we then added it with a fun envelope. So that was video number 1. There was actually a third card and it doesn't look like I've brought it over here today. So that was my bad, but that was using the, Nature, Spotlight on Nature stamp set, which has been super popular. So that one was awesome. Now the next thing we did is I showed you how you can take an ordinary ink refill and you can take the pearlized enamel effects, which is white. You can mix these two together, and then you can take a water painter. Yes, they come in a package of 3. I do give you some tips on how to clean your brush and, you know, how to keep everything working perfectly and that sort of thing. So make sure you go back to video number 2 to see that. And on that video, we create this lovely card. And for those of you that love fall, you will enjoy this one a lot. So you can see the fun background and all of the extra little texture pieces, and of course that lovely leaf that you can just bring to life. Then what we did is we mixed it with some reds and some pinks, and we got this cute little, you know, hamster. So fun. And so this one, I used one of our stamping tools. I'm not going to tell you which one. You have to go back to video number 2 to see. But we used that in our enamel effects video, or with our colored enamel effects, to get these fun little shapes. And then of course I colored this cute guy with some Stampin' Blends. Those are my favorite. And then here is another one that we created. This one also uses another something something from Stampin' Up, and it's in video number 2 of the Enamel Effects series. So really fun. You can see that I used the Azure Afternoon, the blue, and gosh, can you see that shine in that lacquer when I kind of tilt it to the side? So pretty. And it does have that pearlized, because remember, this color is mixed with white, the pearlized white. So that's video number 2. And then most recently, we've had video number 3. Check this one out. On this video, we added an embossing folder. So we colored our background, we let it dry, and then look at that, we embossed it for this wonderful, beautiful image. So I can hear your wheels are spinning and the ideas that you have flowing in there. So there's so many beautiful embossing folders that you can do different things with. Here you can see that I just made some fun textured stripes in the back. The next one, I use the metal plate embossing folder. I might think that this one was a fan favorite. I received a lot of emails from y'all saying how much you liked this one. And so this one you can see has the beautiful yellow or daffodil delight and lemon lolly, and then that Mediterranean blooms designer paper and that lemon. Doesn't that look wonderful? I saw a lot of the youth fairs were opening up, and I just love me some fresh lemonade. So that is really, really a fun card. And then lastly for that video number 3, yeah, these are all video number 3. So for that one, this one here, check this tree out. Does that not look amazing? Oh, it is so much fun, so easy to do. I'm not going to give away all of the details. You'll have to go and check it out. This is a new embossing folder that is coming September 4th of 2025. It's called Painted Trees, I believe. It is a must-have for the holiday season. And look at that texture. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful card. So that leads me to today. So what I was working on today, like I said and mentioned earlier, I had a completely different idea in mind. And then as I started working on that idea, it was like, wait a second. And by accident, I sort of made a couple mistakes and was kind of working through it. And I ended up finding something that I loved even more than the original idea. So what is the lesson there? Even mistakes can make beautiful things, right? Or something you didn't anticipate is a perfect opportunity to learn something new. There's lots of different things we can take away from that, but I am so excited that it didn't work out. So now we've got a couple other fantastic cards to share. All right, so here what we're gonna do, we are going to use acetate. Yeah, window sheets. So we got some window sheets here. I've got one window sheet. I cut this guy down in my trimmer. So I cut it down in my trimmer, and what I did is, you know the new Changing Leaves bundle from Stampin' Up? It's a new online exclusive. And so if you're new to Stampin' Up or you're new to BrandysCards, when we talk about online exclusives, those are products from Stampin' Up that aren't in any catalog. So they're not in a printed catalog. However, you can find them online through my Stampin' Up online store. So you would just go to Stampin' Up and you just type in there Changing Leaves or any type of item that you're looking for. You can search for specific things, for bundles, Stampin' Blends, you name it, it's there. And so all of those things will come up. Now, if you can't find what you're looking for, just reach out to me. I'd love the opportunity to help you, and I'd love the opportunity to earn your business. So just reach out to me and say, hey, Brandy, I'm looking for that die set that you're using and I cannot find it. I can help you out there, okay? So check this out. Do you remember this card that I showed you earlier? This card was colored, the background, and so let me show you what I mean by that, because this is a piece we're going to use later today. So this is, basically this was the exact same thing, except this was more of an ombre look. And then what I did is I ran that piece through an embossing folder. Well, check this out. I did the exact same thing here with this leaf. So here, let me bring it in and show you. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? So what I did is, this is from the Changing Leaves online exclusive bundle. It is a hybrid embossing folder. What does that mean? It means that it has dies with it, that die cut, and you can emboss at the exact same time. Pretty cool, right? And so what I did is I painted my paper, I let it completely dry, I put it in my hybrid embossing folder with the dies, and I ran it through. This is the beauty that I got. So I was planning on making cards with these, and then something happened and it didn't work out that way. I was like, oh. So I started to kind of play with my acetate or my window sheets. And I thought, okay, what can I do? And I just, again, just kind of having fun, trying to figure it out. And then I thought, oh, wait a second. What if I take some washi tape, and how about I go ahead and just kind of hold that guy down for a second, okay? And then what if I take a window sheet, place it over the top, and just so your window sheet doesn't move around, I would probably put a small piece of washi tape on it, okay? So then I thought, well, gosh, what if, and I'm gonna take my copper, this is my copper Enamel Effects, and I am going to find me a scrap piece here that I can just squeeze a little bit. All right, so there we have it. And so my idea then was, well, what if I trace this image? That's right. So what if I just make my own leaf? Now on camera, this is a little bit more challenging because it's like, okay, you have a lot of people watching you, be steady, right? No, it's not too bad. Just take your time. And so you can see though how easy it is, right? And again, nobody knows what this leaf is supposed to look like. Well, you certainly can mount it on top once it dries, can't you? Or maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe, and I'll show you the finished card, maybe you don't want to do that. So the cool thing is I'm actually kind of running my Enamel Effects right along the leaf. So the leaf is actually guiding me. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Again, nobody knows what it's supposed to look like. So, obviously this part right there is a little bit hard for me, being that I'm right-handed, but man, it's not that bad really, right? We can work through it. So now I'm gonna come on this side, and I'm just gonna make my way around here. Now I'm adding my own veins in the leaf, and I would encourage you to maybe practice designing your own leaf, or drawing your own leaf in your own veins, maybe on a piece of scrap, right? But are you ready to see this? Oh, look at that. So here, let me move this leaf, because you know what? That guy can be used for a later project, can't it? And look at that. Here we go. Let me grab a card and show you how beautiful that is. Now, you have to let it dry. So that's kind of the, that's the next thing. It's like, okay, well, you have to let it dry. And I can hear you saying, well, Brandy, how long does it take to dry? It just really depends on how thick those lines are. I have made a bunch of backgrounds, and like I mentioned before, I've let them sit and let them dry, and then I've worked on other stuff, and then I've come back and put things together. I've also used my heat tool. And the heat tool has two settings. It's got a 1 and a 2. So the 1 is the drying, and the 2 is more like melting for your embossing powders and that sort of thing. So, just be careful. I would probably do it on a 1, and when I've been practicing, it actually dries it all pretty darn fast. But because we are on film and I want to to keep the video moving so that I can show you some other fun things, I have one here that's already dry. So you can see how fun that is. And again, oh wow, look at it that way. How cool is that? So again, this is an acetate or a window sheet, okay? So here, this is my idea. During my last video, video number 3, I can't remember the young lady's name who was with us, but it was at the end of the video, and she said, Brandy, what would it look like if you took the gold and the red Enamel Effects and you mixed them together? And I was like, well, I don't know, I haven't done it. But we did it. We did it that night, and it turned out beautiful. So just a beautiful suggestion that we had no idea how pretty it was going to be. It kind of turned out like a rose gold. So what I ended up doing is making a card with that. So let me show you that card, and then we're going to mount it on our purple. So this is the rose gold, and yes, this is one of our window sheets that I was just showing you on top. How fun is that? Isn't that beautiful? Oh, it's so pretty and it's so lovely. And as I move it, you can totally see that, you know, this is an acetate window sheet. And this is my free-handed, yes, I traced it. Nobody knows that. Leaf, except y'all, but you know, it's pretty cool, right? So I'm going to just set that aside for a second. And do you remember I showed you this one? This one was created with Gorgeous Grape, and I believe I used Highland Heather or Petunia Pop. Not sure, but one of those. And so I thought what I would do is show you how I mounted my window sheet or acetate sheet to the top of this piece. Now, a couple things that you can do. Our liquid adhesive, our multi-purpose glue, does dry clear. However, if you put too much glue on here, you're absolutely going to see it behind this acetate sheet, and it very well might make you cranky, and you will not be happy with me because it is a beautiful little art piece that you have there. So what I recommend is just go ahead and get yourself some mini glue dots and look for places on your leaf that might be a little bit thicker lines. Okay, and of course, if you have a take your pick tool, that works perfectly as well. Okay, so a take your pick tool is another fantastic option. But do you see what I'm doing? I'm putting mini glue dots, and I'm kind of rolling them actually, kind of making them long and skinny, and I'm putting them on the areas that I think are fairly thick, so that way you're not going to be able to see them through the window sheet. Now, I probably have enough on here, honestly. I don't need to, you know, it doesn't need to be anchored down too crazy. You know, as long as you have a couple on here, it's probably good to go. But, you know, I just went ahead and added a few more just because I was doing it. But we're going to flip this over, and we are going to stick it directly on top of this Enamel Effect colored background. So there we go. We have got that mounted right on there, and I'm just going to push all those mini glue dots down, and voila, you are good to go. And look at that. It's not coming apart. It is stuck in there. However, this does come up a little bit, which I think is kind of cool because it's like, oh wow, that's pretty cool. It's, you know, somebody made that. So then to kind of finish off this card, I have a basic white card base, and I'm going to add some Stampin' Dimensionals. Now, if you haven't done so already and you're enjoying my video, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. Yeah, just click the thumbs up button and like my video today. And of course, if you haven't, if you haven't already subscribed to BrandysCards YouTube channel, please be sure and do so. I've got some more fun things coming for you that I can't wait to share. Now, one thing that I was going to do, and I didn't do it before I started sticking everything down. So here, let me show this to you. This is a new stamp set that we've got that will be available September 2nd of 2024. And so this one is called Reindeer Fun. It is a fantastic bundle, adorable. I loved the Merry Christmas. But on this one, this is for the next card. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So hang tight. Hang tight. So sincere. This was the sentiment that I used on this one. So thankful for you. I'm not sure that Merry Christmas fit on my leaf. So let's go with this one. And we'll put my Merry Christmas on the other one. So what I'm going to do is I am going to cut my own banner. And I generally do that a lot. Of course, if you have a triangle or square punch, you can do that very, very easily. I'm going to put a couple of Stampin' Dimensionals right behind my banner. And one thing that I enjoy doing is I enjoy wrapping my sentiment. So what I mean by that is I enjoy kind of placing my sentiment where I would like it. So here, let me get a little bit flatter. I can't go too flat because I have already taken the backs off my Stampin' Dimensionals. But then what I do is I just fold this around the back, just like that. And I generally just put a Stampin' Dimensional right on it so that it holds it flat, okay? So here, now let's go ahead and mount that to the center of our card. So let's see, I'm just kind of gauging where the center is, and oh my goodness, is that beautiful? Yes, it is. It's so pretty. And so if you wanted to add a little bit something more, of course, we have so many gems and so many jewels and adhesive back sequins and you name it. But this, what I have here is the neutrals. These are the adhesive back sequins, the neutrals. This is copper, so I went ahead and added a copper embellishment to coordinate. So as you can see, the suggestion for the rose gold was fabulous, but wow, who would have thought that gorgeous grape or Highland heather purple was going to make such a beautiful background for this leaf. So gosh, if you like this one, let me know which one you like better. I would love to hear and see what you think. I just think they're so much fun. So much fun. Okay, so now, before I move on to the next one, I had an ornament, and I don't have my Christmas ornaments out right now, so I couldn't pull it out and actually show it to you. But this ornament was kind of like, you know, and okay, yeah, that doesn't make any sense, but it's gonna, I promise. And I know who gave this to me. When we open up Christmas presents, Christmas decorations, I can tell you every ornament, and I can tell you who gave it to us and what vacation we were on and that sort of thing. So it's very, very special. And the young lady that gave this to me, her name was Susan, and she was in church, and I just loved this ornament. So let me show you what my next idea was. So the next idea I had was, well, what if we made our own Christmas tree for the front of our card? Yeah, who knew that we could do that? So yes, please do not stress. All of the sizes and the dimensions and this template, and this is literally a very loose template, okay? All of this will be on BrandysCards.com. It is not in this video, but it will be on BrandysCards.com. There'll also be a free tutorial for you to download there. We are so grateful for, you know, the opportunity to help you. We want to inspire you here at Brandy's Cards, not just only myself, but my staff. And we have so much fun taking pictures, creating projects, making you tutorials that we hope you go and you download those and put those in your idea and inspiration books. Share those with your friends, craft with your friends. There is nothing better than some crafting and fellowship. It is amazing. So make sure that you do that. Okay, so let me show you what we're going to do with this piece of acetate. So I'm going to put it right over the top of my tree. This is pencil. That's all this is. And actually, I'm going to put another piece of washi tape there. That is pencil, and I just took a ruler and I just sort of did it with a ruler. And took me a couple times to figure out exactly what I liked. Just wanted to make sure that that wasn't on my acetate. That's actually on my cardstock. So I'm going to grab a little eraser because I don't want that to get on my acetate. Okay, it was some leftover liquid adhesive, it looked like. So here we go. We're adding our piece right here on top, and I'm just going to tape it down to hold it. And I'm going to tape it on the other side as well, just because that's going to give me a nice solid foundation. I have my silver Enamel Effects. I do always recommend kind of finding a little piece of paper and getting yourself a nice stream going, kind of figure out the pressure of your bottle. Then what you're going to do, and I know it's going to be a little hard to see because my hand might be in the way, but as you can see, I am just swirling little snakes back and forth, and I'm doing one in between my lines, and then I'm doing one over the line, and I'm getting a little bit bigger each and every time. Well, not every time. I keep some about the same, but you can see about here, I'm going to get a little bit bigger, okay, and then a little bit bigger. And the cool thing is that your Enamel Effects bottle actually glides beautifully on the acetate. So here we go. We are going to create our tree trunk right here, and we're going to keep it silver because it is silver. And up here, so one thing that I liked is I just sort of finished it off going that direction as well. And you could certainly do the same thing up here. Although because I'm on camera and I'm in a weird angle, I'm a little nervous of going in and doing that right now. Because I'm like, holy moly. So I don't want to probably jump in there on that one. But there you go. There you have it. That's as easy as it is. And so it might take you some practice. Yes, it might take some practice. So what can you do to practice? Take a piece of paper and just draw some lines and do it on a piece of paper and practice a little bit. Okay, so that's all I did. And here, let's pull it up. Oh, I gotta be careful. So there you can see it. So much fun. And then of course, that was my template. If I flip it over, you can kind of see what that looks like. So I have another one right here. I'm going to set this one aside to dry. And what I thought would be kind of fun is I have the red Enamel Effects, I have some gold, and I had some pearls. So I thought, well, gosh, what a beautiful way to make some ornaments, right? Because we need some pretty ornaments and some pretty shine and decoration on our card. And again, this is the tree that's already dry. So I do want to point that out again. I got a little nervous because I thought, wait, am I touching the one that's not dry yet? No, but this one is dry. So I'm just going to add just a few little red ones. Now remember, less is more. I can go back in at any point and I can add more, but you can't take them away. So I would just recommend just kind of work your way around, and with the, with knowing that you can always go back and you can always add more. And then of course we have gold, and again, we want to make sure that we, kind of feel the pressure. And when I say the pressure and you start working with these, you're going to understand what I'm talking about. If the bottle is full and you give it a good squeeze, it's going to come out fast. And if it comes out fast, your pearl or your ornament is going to be big. So you just have to kind of feel your bottle and kind of decide, okay, it's pretty full and I can kind of see what Brandy's talking about. I need to go a little bit gingerly, right? So that's what I am thinking about as I'm doing this. The very last one that I have for you here is the pearlized. And so the pearlized is just a white pearl, pearl that I'm just dropping on top of my tree, filling in a bit of the gaps for some decoration. And again, remember, you can always add more, but you can't take any away. So just kind of keep that in mind as you're going. So there's my Christmas tree. Now I just realized that I also die cut you. So here, check this out. Let me put the white underneath it. Oh, how fun is that? Isn't that the coolest? So that is my, that's my red, gold, and pearlized on a silver Christmas tree. Pretty darn cool. Now, what I realized is I forgot the star for you today, but not to worry. In the tutorial, I share with you the stamp set and the dies that the little star comes from. So I'm going to show you the card that I finished, and I'm going to set this one aside because it needs to take some time to dry. So I'm going to set that way up there because I definitely want to use that again. And I'm going to show you the tree that is finished. So here's the finished Christmas tree. Oh, isn't that just so much fun? Look at that. And again, this is your Enamel Effects, just making some little, snake zigzags here. And then you've got your little pearlized dots in there. So much fun. I've got a couple different accent colors. This, like I said, is from one of the die sets. And if you go to BrandysCards.com, you will be able to go to my blog and you'll be able to find the Enamel Effects series, in which I do have the downloadable tutorial that has which die set this is. All right? So fun. And this star, I actually die cut it in Lemon Lolly, and then I colored it after sticking it down. I colored it with the gold so that it too had the fantastic enamel effects. Wow, what do you guys think about that one? That's pretty cool, right? So who knew that I was going to get inspiration from Miss Susan's ornament that she gave me in church years ago? That's pretty cool, right? So I think that's a lot of fun. Now, before I go, I have one more idea for you. And I want to share that idea with you too. But before I go, I want to, let you know that if you're a customer of Brandy's Cards, I'm so grateful for you. I appreciate your encouragement, your support, for watching my videos and enjoying them. It just means the world to me. It brings me great joy to create and share with you. It's so much fun, and I look forward to every single video and those lives when y'all are there and we're chatting away. So much fun. So if you're a customer of Brandy's Cards, you should have received your holiday catalog. So it'd be your Stampin' Up! 2024 holiday catalog. They are arriving in mailboxes today, so keep your eye out for them. And if for any reason you have not received yours, please just shoot me an email. I guarantee you are probably on the list, but sometimes mail is wonky and I can't explain. So just email me, let me know, we'll have a look. Make sure that your address is right. We'll verify your address, and then of course we'll get one out to you. And you should also have our most current annual catalog. So I hope that you enjoy those to the fullest, and continue on with me as we show you a lot of fun ideas for the holidays. My BWE event is coming up, Brandy's World Card Making event, October 4th and 5th. And I've got some really fun projects. I can't hardly wait to share some of the ideas. So much fun. Now, if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you'd like a set of catalogs, or you have any questions, go to brandyscards.com/contact. Send me an email. I'd love to hear from you. Send me your name, your mailing address, so that I can get some catalogs and samples and fun things in the mail to you right away, okay? All right, so the next idea that I had was along the lines of the tree. And I thought, well, gosh, what if, and I was looking at some of the other cards that I did. I loved the pearls, right? The pearl frame on the butterfly. So then my next idea was, well, what if and let me show you, what if I draw a heart, and yes, this is the actual piece of grid paper that I was using. I just took my pen and I practiced a couple of times till I got the heart, till I got the really pretty whoosh that I really wanted. And then when I did that, I thought, okay, we might be onto something. And so I took a piece of acetate or window sheet. Yeah, so here it is. And I set it over the top and I thought, okay, now I'm on to something. So I took my red pearlized Enamel Effects and just, I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I am going to show you kind of the idea. And what I ended up doing is going all the way around my heart and just making a bunch of dots. And I traced it. Now, you could also trace it just like we did our leaf, right? So you could have a solid trace if you wanted to. But for today's video, I really liked this look. So I went all the way around my heart. And then when I finished, I let it dry. So here you can see there's half of it. I will go back and finish the other half because I think it's going to make a fantastic Valentine card. And what I did is finish the other half and I let it dry and I took my paper snips and I just cut around the edge. That's right. So I just really easily cut around the edge and you can see I've made my own heart. And you can see the enamel effects and how fun that is. And just, for a visual, I haven't made a card with it yet. I'm probably going to save it for Valentine's Day. But I decided that I would pull out some black and some red and just kind of show you a visual of how cool that is. And of course you could put a sentiment inside or you could put something underneath it. You can do whatever you would like. So here, let's bring in our two or three card ideas that we had here. And I would love to know which one is your favorite. What do you like the best? I know it's hard to pick, but I would love to hear which one you like the best. Please, when this video is over, please leave me a comment. And also go to BrandysCards.com and you will see the winner from video number 3. I will have that posted, so I will definitely share that. And I'm also excited to pick a comment for this video as well. All right, everybody, I think that's it for me today. I hope that you enjoyed this project and, these Enamel Effects series. Wow, right? So if you haven't already purchased your Enamel Effects, I hope that you go and do that. It is just so fun to work with. I've really, really enjoyed it. So I hope that you go back to video 1, 2, and 3, have a look at those, and share those. Share those with your friends and family that love to craft. And of course, please leave me a comment. And hey, if you have any other series that you'd like to see, let me know. Leave me a comment. Yeah, definitely leave me a comment. You can also go to my Facebook page, my BrandysCards Facebook page, where I share sneak peeks and some ideas and some different things over there. I also have a new member site that's coming. That's right. You're going to get some behind the scenes action on that one. And we're going to craft together live. Yeah. So it's going to be a lot of fun and I can't hardly wait to share all of the details of that with you soon. So don't forget to subscribe, click the bell for the notification, and of course go to my BrandysCards Facebook page and subscribe there. Thank you all for joining me tonight, and I hope you have a blessed day and happy crafting. Bye, y'all.